Hi guys, today I'm going to do a tutorial using the Danessa Myricks Lightwork VII Freedom palette. It's an eyeshadow, face, lips, everything palette. And I was in a very dramatic mood today, so I'm creating this eyeshadow look. I will show you which colors I'm using and which brushes I'm using to apply the eyeshadow, and then at the end of the video I will just go finish off my face makeup and my eyelashes off camera, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts on the eyeshadow look and the eyeshadow palette. To start off with, I just filled my brows with the Maybelline Express Brow Eyebrow Pencil in the color Cool Brown. Just filled all the sparse areas with that. And then I just set them with the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Setter Gel. And then I just primed my eyelids with the Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer in the color Vanilla from Too Faced. And I set that with the Hourglass Veil Translucent Setting Powder. I like this powder because it doesn't leave a powdery layer over your skin. It melts into whatever you apply it on. So it's a nice powder for setting your eye base with. Now, normally with high quality palettes, I prefer doing my face makeup first and then my eyeshadow. But because this palette broke, it arrived broken, the black color and one of the other colors were broken. I tend to get a lot of fallout from that black color, so because of that, and because of the fact that I want to do kind of a clean cut look with the eyeshadow, I'm doing the eyes first and then I'm doing the face makeup. I'm kicking off with sand on a big fluffy blender brush. And I'm just using that as a transition shade, putting the base product around the upper crease and then just blending it out. I'm just doing a little bit at a time, because if I put too much down, it tends to kind of stick and deepen up that part. And I want a gradual deepening of the eyeshadow. And some under the eye as well. It feels like it's been a really long time since I've done a full eyeshadow look, a full video. I have done some shorts, especially with this palette, but I haven't done a full video in a while, I think. More swatches and things. I'm taking some of Toasted on a slightly pointed blender brush. I just want to deepen this crease a bit. And just create a bit more of a gradual shading there. Not too worried about messing up this outer part, because I'm going to clean it up with a makeup wipe afterwards. So if I go over a bit far, that's fine. I'm taking Grounded on a very dense brush. This is an angled blender brush or eyeliner brush or whatever you want to call it. And this is going to get messy now, but I am going to do kind of like a winged effect with this black. And as I said, I don't mind the outer edges because I'm going to clean it up with a makeup wipe. So I can work a bit more roughly with it without having to worry about detailed precision placement. And then over here, when most of the product is down, I just kind of want to blend it from the outer edge to this inner V of the lid. This is such an intense black color. I'm just taking a clean, more dense blender brush, and I'm going to try and blend out these edges a little of the black color, just to get that transition a bit smoother. As I said, I don't mind going over edges here on the side. Just want this inner blend a bit more smooth. And just taking the first blender brush and just blending these upper edges on the outside. So because I'm working with such an intense color, I'm going to use the Pat McGrath Labs Intensifies Artistry one first. Because with colorful shades on the lid, I feel like if you don't put some base down, it looks weird after a while when you have your natural oils start coming through. You see all the fallout I have from that black. That's not just touching my skin. And I honestly think it's because the black shade was broken, not because none of the other shades give me fallout like this. So I'm just going to wipe it off quickly. I'll do some shaping afterwards. And when the black powder lands, it's such a fine powder, you don't really see it until you touch your face and it smears everywhere. I'm going to go in with Mother's Love on a finger. And I'm just going to first dab that all over the lid. And once it's down, I'm going to start dragging it so that those flakes can melt into each other. Oh, I took way too much of this. You really just need to dab your finger. And that's why I'm getting fallout all over now. Oh, but this color, look at that. I'm just going to take a clean blender brush and just blend out these shimmery edges. I think I might need to tone it down with a matte shade. And I'm just going to clean up this inner corner because it's just a bit dark. See, that's actually how I wanted it. But seeing that we went with way too much, let's just go all out, right? I'm taking Dreamer on a pinky finger and placing that in the inner corner. And I just want to drag it on this inner third of the lid. So we have the light to dark transition there. I'm just taking a clean, flat, just a small concealer brush. And just blending out the edges with that. Everywhere I can't get in with my finger. Taking some here on the innermost part of the lower lash line. And blending it onto the lid. I'm just taking my makeup wipe and cleaning up on the inner side where I went a bit far down. I'm taking some of that Toasted again and just placing it here against the lower lash line. Just want to deepen up here a bit. It is now smearing a bit of that blue pigment all over, but that's fine. And I'm just taking some of that black grounded color. I just tapped it off on a thin liner brush. And I just want to line roughly here on the close to the lash line, because I'm going to place my liquid liner on top of that, but I just want to deepen up a bit there and then deepen up my lower lash line with it as well. I'm taking Love Potion on a very thin flat brush. Just want to slightly brighten up here under the lashes, the brows. Lift that brow bone just slightly. And then I just cleaned off my blender brush. Just want to get everything together again. Nicely blended. Smooth everything out. Okay, now I am going to just clean up. And then here at the outer corner, I'm just going to and kind of do a straight cut like that with my makeup wipe. Just get that nice solid line. Now I'm going to go do my face makeup and do some eyeliner and add some falsies, and then I'll come back with a final eyeshadow look. I'm back with a final eyeshadow look. It's very dramatic, but that was what I was going for, so I'm very happy with how it turned out. I did a bit of a wing with the NYX Epic Ink liquid eyeliner in the color black. And then I just took a little flat angled brush and I just dabbed some of the black eyeshadow, that grounded eyeshadow, on top of that black eyeliner just to kind of set it and deepen it up a bit. And then I added some of the Maybelline Sky High mascara. On top of that, I added some of the Ardell Wispy 113 eyelashes. And I added some of the NYX Epic Wear kohl eyeliner in the waterline. So what do you think of the look? I like the way it turned out. I think it really has a wow factor. Not something I would wear every day, but I was really in a mood to go big today. I love this eyeshadow palette. I love the variety of looks I can do with it. And I love the way the formula works. I am a bit disappointed with this black shade purely because it was broken and it doesn't perform optimally. I always get fallout when I work with it, so I really wish I did return it so that I could have the optimal experience with this eyeshadow palette, because I really love all the other shades. And even the other broken shade, it's that dark green one, that one still works very well after I pressed it back, but this black one is very loose and powdery. It's the first time I'm using these blue shades. I really love how much it makes my eyes pop. The tricky thing with shades like these is I tend to get very deep under eye circles from just the slightest fallout with shades like this. That's why I prefer doing the eye look before I do my face makeup. I have been playing around a bit with this eyeshadow palette, doing some other looks, and I could really get a wide variety of eyeshadow looks with it, from more natural eyeshadow looks to very glam everyday eyeshadow looks, to evening wear eyeshadow looks, to super extreme glam like this one. So I'm really happy that I purchased it. I was kind of at a point where I said I'm done with eyeshadows for the rest of the year, because quite frankly, it's a lot of money and I have so many palettes that I need to just play around with and do some looks with before I can really continue buying some more eyeshadows left, right and center. But this one, I really felt like I needed to have it, and I told myself that I will buy an eyeshadow palette if I really, really feel like it's something I want. And this is how I felt about this one. I did do swatches on these. I will link that in the description box or somewhere on the screen, and then you can have a look at the swatches if you're interested in seeing what the other colors look like. But I think I'm done talking about this look. I think it's doing a lot of the talking for itself, so there's not really much more I can say. It has high impact. It has very much of a shine factor. You don't need to use a lot to get a very impactful look with these eyeshadows. And I really enjoy playing with it. So if it's something that you were interested in buying, I would suggest to go out and buy it, because it will probably sell out very soon, because of the fact that last year's palette sold out so quickly, and it's the time of the year that people purchase a lot of makeup. So if you had your eye on it and you haven't bought it yet, do yourself a favor and go do it. If you're still hesitating though, and you feel like you do have a lot of shades in your collection that is similar and you don't really need the eyeshadow palette, I mean, it is a lot of money. If you feel like it's a lot of money to spend when you already have a lot of these looks, I would say maybe just take some time to think about it, because I do have a lot of colors that I can create looks like this with as well. I do like buying new palettes to show on my channel, so for me it made more sense to buy it if I didn't do YouTube videos, and I already had a lot of colors like these in my collection, then I probably wouldn't have bought the palette. But I'm happy I did though. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the eyeshadow look. Let me know what you think in the comments, and then I hope to see you next time. Bye!